Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Rooftop Perspectives. I am your host, LANCESCURV. People will provoke you until they see your ugly side, and then play victim when you go there. We all need our ugly sides. We all need that ugly side to let folks know that there's more to you than meets the eye. And maybe they'll think twice before they look to provoke you. People can provoke you in aggressive ways. People can provoke you with that slow drip of disrespect. People can provoke you for many reasons. Because their lives are miserable. Because they see the potential of your life and they're jealous about what you will have and what you do have. Who knows what's in the minds of these naysayers and how they think. I really don't care. But I feel good when I get a chance to release myself on those naysayers, gossipers, and provokers. It's a good thing. I have a couple buddies of mine back in Queens, New York, that they just outright didn't take anything. But nobody messed with them. Nobody really got in their path because they knew that they could be nice to their inner circle, but if you pushed it past the threshold to see their other side, they had no problem showing you that either. And it was a beautiful thing. They were almost like, I can't say Robin Hood where you steal from the rich and give to the poor, but they defended those who were innocent, who were nice people, who would get walked over by others who were bullies or others who had in their mouth to make others question their character. There's a lot of that going on. So you'll hear things and people will come in your face and try things, but when they see that side of you, they will think twice. And again, you keep poking the bear, and when you see that other side come out, what are you surprised about? But the funny thing for me, just like the saying said, people will provoke you until they see your ugly side. Then they play victim when you go there, as if they didn't know the subtle little things they were doing all along. And now it gets to this point, and now they want to, I don't know. I don't know why he's treating me this way. I don't know why he's acting this way. Because once something is rotten, I don't just try to cut out one part. I throw it all away. Especially when you know in your life, they say that you'll be blessed if you have a handful of friends, true friends. Hell, you'll be blessed in this life if you have 2 friends. A handful is 5. And like I was telling Mr. SCURV a little while ago, because we took a walk earlier, maybe you saw the show that we did today when we started out, because we were walking around this area and we were talking, and I was letting her know that I am the way I am because I'm exhausted from the bull crap. I really am. I'm exhausted from, I just have no more slots for it, no more tolerance for it. I'm becoming that righteously grumpy old man. Usually when people say that, it's because they can't get away with the crap that they want to get away with you and on your life. Right now is 0 tolerance for all of that. And if you think I'm not that way, try me. 0 tolerance. You see, I was always the guy who would try to help out. I was always the guy who, through the parties, come on over. I'll buy this for you, no problem. People steal from you, talk about you, use you down. So now that the gas is out of the tank, which for my people in my circle, or the proven people in my circle, nothing's going to change. But if you're coming at me in a way of deception, in a way of being two-faced, or you have some kind of hidden agenda, secret motivation in my life, it won't work anymore because you're not getting in. No more. Done. It's me time now. Aside from my true inner circle, who I've known for so long. These are people who knew my mother, who passed away in 94, knew my father, who passed away in 1990, knew how they interacted and had interactions with their parents. My parents knew other parents who had children who were good friends with me from way back. See, we go way back. But these Johnny-come-lately newcomers who think they're going to have the red carpet extended to them. Now, there are good people I've met recently who I know are good people because they have a track record or whatever. But some of these mysterious entities, I don't know you. We don't call each other. You're not in my life like that. No matter whatever kind of proximity you try to connect with, nah. Plus, I follow my gut anyway. You got to follow your spirit. Because people will come with all kind of words and try to find ways that you have things in common and all. No. You know, I was on YouTube. I was in the shower. You know, I keep up with bodybuilding and the sport of boxing and my art stuff, art instruction. And it went to one channel. Then when it ended, you know how it starts out on another. So there was this young lady who was interviewing another young lady who I found out was stabbed like 6 times. Stabbed by somebody who she called a friend. And this friend she met maybe 7 months prior. 7 months? Are you calling him a friend? Hell, 5 years and I don't still know you. What you mean? You know? So the person that she considered the friend, they moved to Miami and they got a place together and they each had their own bedroom. So I'm assuming it's like a 2-bedroom, maybe it was a 3-bedroom apartment, but they had their own bedroom. Come on, birds, don't drop nothing down on me. Don't aim. I'm gonna have to get you. So anyway, they got along well. But when you saw pictures of this woman, you could see that something, you know, when we take pictures, the way we hold our face sometimes, there could be something that you can pick up on in pictures. It's not just being around the person, but there's an energy that's emitted, especially when you see multiple pictures. You say, who's that? That's your friend? Is she all right? Well, anyway, this young lady was looking for her cell phone, and I believe it had a black case. And it was face down, and there were other things like a black coat, black this, black that on the couch or table, something like that. And she couldn't see where it was because it blended in. That's why certain tools are orange. So when you put them somewhere, you say, okay, it's orange, I can see the tool. But the cell phone cover was black, so she couldn't find the cell phone. So she's asking the friend who she met 7 months ago. She says, well, where is it? And the friend said, it's right there. Or didn't point to it. She said, right there. It's right there. She said, where? Tell me where it is. It's right there. And she's like, where? I'm not seeing it, because it was a case of it being right in front of her, but she didn't see it. That happens to people. So she said something in a non-aggressive way. She said, what, are you crazy? Just tell me what it is. You must be crazy. Not like, oh, you really crazy. But just how sometimes you see a mother in the supermarket, the kid's acting, the child's acting, and saying, well, when we get home, I'm going to kill you. And that's like somebody taking it like, oh, God, call the authorities. He's going to kill a child. You can tell when certain things are real or not. So, that being said, the girl said something to the effect of, oh, you call me crazy? Oh, you're going to find out. So she found the phone. It was right in front of her. And she turned, and all of a sudden, she felt a stab wound in her back. I think 2 of them. 2 on her side and 2 other places in the stomach. So she's screaming. And the girl who stabbed her, who she said was her friend, who she only knew for 7 months, she said, oh, okay, I'm crazy, right? Just as calm. Blood gushing out everywhere. She tried to kill this woman. So she's trying to get out of there because there were other friends who were standing out in front of the apartment. Either it was a ground floor apartment where it went to the exterior, but maybe they were outside in the hallway. I don't know the arrangement. They were outside the exterior door. And so when she ran out, she realized that she was holding a part of her stomach in her hand. That she cut her so deep that some of her stomach was coming out. And she's holding it, and she's seeing all this blood. And when she went outside, it was dark. Relatively. So she was in pain, scrunching up her face, kneeling over, still walking, but holding her stomach to keep her innards in, with part of it being in her hand. So everybody else looked at her and said, "What are you laughing at? That's so funny." Because it looked as though she was laughing at something so hard. And she couldn't really talk all the way. She was in pain. And it took about 45 seconds for them to realize that she was cut up. And so they got her to the ambulance, the hospital, and even in the hospital, they say that they ask you questions to keep you alive, to keep you from passing out. But she was so frustrated to say, "Wait a second, why are you asking me these questions? I'm bleeding. Don't you see my stomach is hanging out?" And the pain was so bad, she was like, "Let me die, let me die, let me die." Well, anyway, she's okay now. She's healed up, but we know that's a traumatic event. And those things you don't get over too fast. Right? I know there's been traumatic events in my life, things that have happened to me in the outside world that has left me a little touched. So there are times when people have seen me overreact, not go cuckoo and want to hurt anybody, but emotionally I will go from 0 to 60, and then that's when I'm most dangerous. And I'm not even talking like a tough guy, because all the time I like to be relaxed and do my work and purge my soul of any past traumas, heal myself up, and be left alone. When you put your hand on me or threaten one of my loved ones or violate me some kind of way on any level, I'm going to give it to you. And I know that, so that's why I try to keep myself calm and keep most people who don't understand me or don't know me away from me. Because there's too many people out here who bluff and want to posture like they're tough, whatever, and they will get it. They will get it. The way you come at me is the way I'm going to come at you 10 times more. But it shouldn't have to be that way. So here's somebody who called a friend, and she tried to take her life. Take her life. And act like nothing was wrong when the other people came inside and she got away. But she's caught now. But what I'm saying is that we've got to be careful of these people, that because of the imagery that they put up, that they can emulate the way we talk. They can figure us out on what we like and don't like and what we stand for. And we feel that these people are a kindred spirit. And they're not. They're only trying to jockey in position to get closer to you for whatever secret reasons they have. Not everybody, but some people, and too many. If you live life, then you know this. You know that you have to follow your gut and go through the particular protocol of taking your time, letting anybody in your life. I don't know what's going on these days. There's something in the water, something we're eating, something they're putting in the food, these GMO foods that lack the soul of nutrition. That we're eating calories and we don't know how it's affected us to make us a certain way. It's just, we don't know. But what we do know are the results. Look out in California the other day, 3 different locations, there was a shooting. What kind of spirit was over those people or over that area or stronghold to cause this to happen? Who? How? Right? We don't know. Maybe we'll never know. But we know the world is changing right now, and there's a different type of energy out here, and you have to be careful with those entities that you have come into your life. I could act friendly from a distance, but you stay over there. You know what I mean? I'm content. I'm content right now. I'm pleased with the direction that I'm going in. I'm pleased with where I find myself in January of 2023. I don't want anything to mess that up. And I'm not going to let anything mess that up. I'm where I am with the years of body of work that I have, that I'm quite content. Of those who have been reaching out to me, and we've been planning on things, trips and meetings and shows together. Wonderful, wonderful life. I am not going to mess that up just because somebody had tricked me or fooled me to get into my inner circle in order to mess things up. Now it's time for me to enjoy. I was telling Mr. SCURV the other day, I saw some youngsters down the block. They were all sitting around a table. They were playing dominoes or they were playing some game, and they were having a good time. That's what I need to be doing. I put the work in. I put the time in with human nature. And while we work, even if we're on a job and strive, and on jobs, you have some people on those jobs who will try you when they feel that you have more than what the salary gives you, as though you couldn't have had something before you got on that job. Or maybe you have other things going on and you know how to spend your money wiser, but your goals may not be their goals. So how can they try to compare apples and oranges? It makes no sense. You see if this light is going to work, because this decides if I stay out here a little longer, a little later. Now I know it's charged up, so I don't know why or what's wrong with it. I'm going to end this anyway. I'll go downstairs and this thing will work. Let me see if I touch it fast or slower. No problem. Nothing really aggravates me like that. But when I have to get up in somebody's backside, I will do it, and I have no problem doing it so thoroughly and cutting ties and making sure that never ever you want to be around me again, because that's what I want. That's what I want. Once I realize you rotten, I want peace of mind. I can't attain peace of mind by waltzing around on the dance floor of life with entities that I know through the proven acts that they've done and things they've said, they're not in my corner. Start cleaning house. House cleaning doesn't have to wait for the spring. House cleaning can be every day. As soon as you are suspect, you out. Because I only have a limited amount of life force in this thing called time to execute my plan and manifest my legacy. If it's not helping me that way, and if I cannot help you that way, it cannot be anything that's not mutual to help us gain, I don't want to be bothered with it. Can't do it. Anyway, I hope my perspective today brought some clarity to you, because like I said, life can be short. Look how fast time is flying. Do you think I have time to mess around and play with time? And I got stuff to do. It's like every day I wake up and say more and more stuff to do, but I'm cool with it because it's part of my legacy and part of my work, part of my lane. I have no time to hear about what this one over here is doing and what this one said, and no time for that. All about being constructive, all about moving forward and going higher and facing the consequences of my choices, just like you have to face the consequences of your choices. Reality is different for me now, quite different, and I love it. And many have already showed the deck of cards, a hand that they were given, and the hand that they had that was aimed toward destructing or my destruction, put it that way. And I'm glad I know, because now I'm free of that. And this is why things are moving so smooth, and we're going to keep making progress in our study of human nature and just getting a better level of knowledge to navigate through these shark-infested waters of this world that should not be as wicked as it is, but it is. I mean, the earth is good, the weather's good, but some of the people, they're twisted. And right now, everything's full. It's like when you call a job, are you still hiring? Well, unfortunately, we won't be hiring anytime soon. We filled the positions that need to be filled. Check back in 2 years, maybe we might have something for you. You know what I mean? That's the way I am. Check back in 50 years, I probably might not even be here, you know? So in other words, sayonara, right? Anyway, we have so much to do today. I'm trying to get Miss SCURV on a live show. She's down there making some good Mrs. SCURV food. She's been making that good tea, and I love it. It's the way that she concocts this thing and adds these herbs in and different things. When you drink it, it's like, you swear it has sugar in it. It's so sweet. You know? Living good is the best revenge, y'all. Don't get caught up in the frustrations of people as they try to get a rise out of you. If you need to show your other side, when they provoke you, by all means do so. They'll get the message. After that, they can keep their frustrations where they are. And I've dealt with the consequences of my choices, and pretty much these things are non-existent. If it is there, it's small little stuff, right? But I just want to say salute to my brothers, much love to my sisters. I'm digging on the comments that you're giving on the shows and on the videos that we're putting up. There'll be so much more. I got a good rhythm going on, and guess what? I don't have nobody in my way to stop me. Wow. Sometimes I get up and go to the bathroom, and I say, you know what? It might be 4 in the morning, but let me go record something real quick. Sometimes I lay in the bed in the morning, let me put up a short, make a phone call, line something up for 2 weeks from now, whatever. Every day is wide open to me, and the more I can wake up in the morning and not have anything on my brain negative waiting for me is a good day. Anyway, much love to you all. Leave your comments, LANCESCURV out. I really, really, really appreciate you. All of you coming on to our morning show, and it's going to take us into other places, and I'm really appreciative of that. And it's really inspirational, the love that you share with me. My life right now, I'm very happy with it. So, anyway, much love to you all. LANCESCURV out. I want to be on to the next one. Peace.